What's up, guys? Just before I start this video, I want to say thank you guys so much for the support, and now I'm going to start taking content more seriously, and I just went ahead and bought myself a new laptop. Now, we're also moving gyms, as you see by the title of this video. I'm now training at a different gym, and I'll be able to post more videos more often, create better content, more quality, everything for you guys. I also just got a package in the mail, so let's go check it out. I kind of just opened the bag already, but X Marshall just sent me this new gi. I'm so excited to roll in it, and let's check out the quality. Now, just look at the pants. The pants has the logo on it, nice gray strap, and this Titan's really good too. I tried it on, and let me say, I'm super excited to hit some rolls in tonight. Now, all we gotta do is wait till class, and I'll see you guys then at the new gym. Just got into the new gym and just put on the new gi. It already feels so amazing, and thank you to X Marshall for sending me this. And X Marshall gave me a code to share with you guys so you guys can get your own gi. Use code Carter15 to save yourself 15% at checkout. So, after checking out the new gym, me and Jack decided to help out with the kids class. But now let's get into our roles. So my first match is against Marcus. I also apologize for my camera quality on this, considering my cameraman was shooting this vertically. Now, I quickly chose to choose down, and right here I'm trying to get him into some sort of guard, potentially getting him my half guard. As I grab onto a Kimura grip, Marcus defends it very well. So then, I put a butterfly hook in and I dump him over. I'm able to take Marcus's back and I start working on an RNC. Now, to put more pressure on for the choke, I have my knuckles behind his head and I'm pushing my knuckles forward, creating more pressure. Now the Temu version of Andy Samberg decides to go down. One thing I know about when I go with Marcus and I start to loose pass, he does a lot of wrestling. Marcus gets a nice single leg, but I underhook his lat and I dump him over to the side. I give Marcus too much space, so he's able to go to turtle and start working on my legs to go for a takedown, but I have a guillotine grip and I quickly dump him over with a butterfly hook. I go for the guillotine, but the guillotine grip isn't quite there. The number one rule when getting in a guillotine is you always gotta fight the hands. We're in a really weird position, but I end up just going back on my knees and just stay in front head. Now I really like to see what he's trying to do here, but I'm trying to get to his back, but he hits me with a really nice double, but ends up in my Kimura. Now here I'm thinking maybe triangle or try to find a way to get a triangle, but I know that's not gonna work, so I go back onto the Kimura. Marcus is defending very good and staying tight to me, but I'm going to keep trying to go for the Kimura, so we stall in this position for a couple of seconds. Now Marcus starts building hip height and he's able to defend it and just turn into me. Now my main goal here is to try to trick him into getting an armbar or a triangle, so I quickly bait an armbar here and then I switch off to Go-Go Plato. A very important thing that everyone should be practicing is their submission chaining. Submission chaining is so important because transferring to other submissions is a really good way to create problems for your opponent and potentially get a different sub. And when you get better at it, you can start making flashier moves and pulling them off quicker. Still attempting the Go-Go Plata here, I'm not quite able to get it because Marcus is grabbing my shin with his arm, and I put my foot over top to block his arm, but he's still able to get out. But he isn't going to let me Go-Go Plata you guys on YouTube. I really like the way I set up this triangle because I go for a shallow armbar and then I switch off into an inverted triangle. Now let me break this down. You can see that Marcus is doing a long step pass because he has his hand on my hip and I'm able to go for a shallow armbar. I bring my hips to him, making him think that this is an armbar, but as he reacts by going to his knees, it allows me to break his posture even more and go for the inverted triangle. As soon as you get the figure 4 in on the triangle, all you gotta do is just squeeze. And yet we have claimed another victim of our triangle choke. Still continuing this match, I start up top again, and the round is about to end, so I gotta make a move fast. Marcus does a really nice back take, but I sit to my butt to block it, and I turn into him so he can't even take my back at all. Then I quickly stand up to my feet and he goes into De La Hiva. Marcus goes inverted looking to do a Kiss the Dragon sweep, but I fall to my butt to block it and I'm trying to take his own back off of it. He stands up and he turns into me. I have my knee shield up, so he's having trouble passing. I'm trying to break his posture and possibly go for another triangle, but then the buzzer rings. This is my next opponent, Jack. Jack was in one of my last videos. Jack just started doing wrestling as well, so now he thinks he can take me on. As you see here, I sprawl out and I try to go for a guillotine. I ended up sitting to my butt, but gave him too much momentum, so he rolled forward, and I was able to go for my guillotine and switch off into a darce.
Okay, 5 push-ups.
Now every like this video gets, Jack has to do 1 push-up. And doing wrestling in the gi is extremely hard, so me and Jack do a collar tie-up and he shoots a double and I sprawl. I was able to take his back here, and then I start working on a rare triangle. And now here I'm thinking maybe an armbar or something, but as he sinks his weight down, I was able to lock up a rare triangle. Now you can see here that wasn't completely on and it's more on his face, so I'm trying to adjust my leg to get onto his throat. And I hit him with the signature washing machine move, but I'm not going to tap him out and give him a brain aneurysm. And this choke wasn't quite on, so I just supported the elbow and I just went for armbar.
Keep that head inside for the single. You went outside both times and grabbed it.
Now we start standing again and I get to show you guys my terrible wrestling. Since I know Jack is probably going to shoot, I go for an underhook and I control his wrist. Now I just go for a guillotine. Jack starts being an NPC and starts jumping inside of my guillotine. So then I have to punish him with a balloon sweep. I start going for a cow catcher / one-handed guillotine and I showed him what it's like to be Batman. Just like putting a bag over someone's head, I wrap my gi around his head trying to choke him, but then I decide I'm too nice and I let go. And then here I just start laughing and I start looking to do a gift wrap, but I realize that isn't going to work. So I just go into a higher side control. Jack goes for a Timu triangle and he tries squeezing my head like a grapefruit. Now for him to stop doing this, I just go to north to south and I start looking for a Kimura grip. I go for the Kimura grip and Jack hides his hand. And to remove Jack's grip, I pick him up and I go for a weird armbar. And here, my leg gets trapped over his and I can't quite finish the armbar here. I do manage to free my leg and I start working onto an armbar here. And just before this video, I was showing him how to escape some armbars. Now here, I'm going to go for my favorite grip break. This technique was a little bit too fast, so let me break it down. I throw my left leg over top of his wrists, and as he comes up into me, I'm able to catch a triangle. I go for everyone's favorite, the washing machine. Jack is able to get up on his feet and try to stack me. He goes back down on his knees and I grab his leg like an RPG. If you guys want to look as fly as me on the mats, go check out X Marshall. X Marshall has a lot of great gear and they're always giving back to the community, which I love. That's why they gave me a code to share with you guys. Use code Carter15. Now after that short little ad break, Jack just had time to recover from that tragic triangle. And we decided that there's not enough room to wrestle, so I just go down. And Jack's passing has gotten a lot better too. Because of wrestling, I find it makes it a little bit better to be more explosive when you pass. I try grabbing some grips and we do a little bit of grip fighting until he's able to dump himself over here. And we throw each other into a really awkward position. And here I'm trying to take his back, but I don't think there's any way I can. And a great time to practice random positions like this is in flow rolling. Flow rolling is super essential when trying to get better, especially throwing yourself in random positions that you're not normally used to. I hit Jack with a Timu version of a butterfly sweep and I try to guillotine him. But since my hips were too away and I left too much space, I wasn't able to finish the guillotine, but I do manage to get on top and get mount. And now here, I'm pretty much in the position for an arm triangle, so I start working for an arm triangle here. I start to welcome him to the dark side. With seconds left on the clock, I'm trying to finish this choke as fast as I can, but Jack is doing an amazing job defending. And just before his whole world goes black, the buzzer saves him. Thank you to Jack and Marcus for letting me record.
So, I just finished jiu-jitsu class, first class at the new gym, and overall, I hit some rolls in this gi, and overall I can say this gi is really good, and I recommend getting a gi from X Marshall, and if you want to get a gi, use code Carter15 at xmarshall.com to save yourself 15%, and just the quality on this was really good. It held up in rolls. It's very lightweight, which I really like when my gis are super lightweight, not so heavy and thick, because I get like a lot of rug burn and or mat burn from it. So yeah. Anyways, thank you.
If you guys want to see more content, go check out my Instagram and comment down below what type of content you guys would like to see in the future.
Five push-ups.